Morning, family. Addict named Billy P. I made a post the other day on my way to preach at Sacred Heart, which I do it every Sunday. And I got pulled over on the way there, and when I figured, hey, you know what, dude, I'm gonna make a post out of this. And anyways, man, like a lot of things that happen in this world, dude, that post got taken way out of context. Somehow people are like, oh, Billy P, you're hating on cops, and oh Billy, you're telling people that you don't like the police. Nowhere in that post, man, did I ever say anything negative or hate-filled towards the police. And it gave me a good topic for this next video, and that's this. I'm sick and tired, man, of the addicts and the addicts' families that are saying, quit jailing the addiction. Listen to me. They're not jailing the addiction. They're jailing the addicts because they broke the law. Bottom line is this. I'm a 4-time convicted felon, and every time I ended up in this building right there behind me, it's probably because I did something to deserve to be in there. And when I would go in there, they would always come up and there were offers for me to get help while I was in there. But see, it was up to me if I wanted to take part of it. And I always said, no, I don't have a problem. I'll be all right as soon as I get better. As soon as I leave here, I'm okay. Help is in that building. They're not jailing the disease. They're jailing the person who broke the law, who is supposed to be in there. And every time I ended up in that building, I would always say to myself, how did I get here again? Oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's not my fault. Yes, it's my fault. Okay, I had a part to play in it because I was there. I've never been incarcerated because I was innocent. I was guilty every time. In fact, one of them floors up there, I think I was the only guilty person on. Here's what I've come to agree with, and here's what I've accepted. I believe that every time that I was incarcerated, that it was God. It was God protecting me from myself, and it was God protecting society from the person that I had become in active addiction. So see, I don't hate or dislike police officers. In fact, I've got a lot of them who are my friends. That individual that pulled me over, he was having a bad day. Obviously, I was there every time. Wasn't that I was innocent. Every time I sat back there, it's because I broke the law because of this disease of addiction. Then we get clean, and then we come into these meetings, and then we say, oh, well, that wasn't me because I'm a different person when I'm on drugs. Listen, shut up. Take some responsibility, okay? Every time I was out there, man, ripping and roaring for them 20 years, I'm pretty sure that I was there every time that they caught me, every time that I broke the law, and every single time that they said, did you do this? I said, yes. Yes, I did. And yeah, I was a little bit mad, but let me tell you, I was glad that they're only charging me with what they're charging me with and not exactly what did happen. That building back there, like many of them, is part of my process of me becoming the person that I was intended to be all along. That building back there, God used many times, man, to protect me and to save me, to give me chances. Help is in those buildings. There is recovery in those buildings. There are programs that come in. There are outsiders like myself and many other people who are part of a 12-step program who come into these buildings regularly and offer people an opportunity to say, you know what, let me try this out. Let me try this out. You can't push recovery on somebody. And that's what we've pretty much come to. Oh, don't jail it. Oh, you can't put the addict in jail. Yes, you can, and yes, you should. If you broke the law, that's exactly where you're supposed to be. You ain't no different than me and any other convict that's out there. It's simply the way that it is. And maybe that's part of that person finding complete desperation. Because it's not until complete desperation is the addict going to become willing enough to surrender and find a new way to live and ask somebody for help. That's what it was for me. That's what it was for everybody else before me. That's probably what it's going to be for everybody that comes in after me. It is what it is. I get calls all the time, messages all the time, over the computer, over my phone. Oh, Billy, you got to help my son. Oh, Billy, you got to help my daughter. Oh, Billy, my husband this. Oh, Billy, my wife this. Listen to me. The family cannot push recovery on the addict. The addict has to get to a point where the addict wants it for themselves. Don't you think, man, if my mom and dad could have cured me, I'd have been cured a long time ago? It's not the way that it rolls. The addict has to find desperation. The addict has to surrender. The addict has to say, you know what, dude, I want help. Families, you can call me all day long and ask me to do all this stuff for you, and I got to tell you something, it ain't going to happen. I'm too busy helping people who are asking for the help who are actually addicts. The family members, there's help out there for you guys too. Maybe you need to go to some of those meetings for you. Learn the difference between helping and enabling. Learn the difference between helping that person get better or helping that person die. Listen, I've heard people tell me about that post that I'm a bad pastor, that I'm leading people the wrong way. You're out of your mind, okay? I led people the wrong way for 20 years in active addiction. I know this. I know I treat everybody with love, kindness, respect. I've got compassion. I got a brand new heart, and God gave it to me on November 11th, 2004. I don't hate anybody. I hate the disease of addiction. Now, I don't have to like anybody. It isn't written anywhere that I have to like you. I happen to like a lot of people today. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're red. I don't care if you're purple. I don't care if you're brown. I don't care if you're tall. I don't care if you're small. I don't care if you're short. I don't care if you're thin. I don't care if you're fat. It means nothing to me. I don't care where you come from. I love everybody equally because that's who I am today. And that's what we're supposed to do. And that building back there is part of helping me become who I was intended to be all along. Listen, if you're struggling out there, surrender. There's a better way to live. For you people that are out there that want to take judgment and say, oh, his post was judgmental. No, that's you being judgmental. Okay, I don't judge anybody, but I judge the spirit within the individual. And I'm supposed to. That's what helps me know who's healthy to be around my wife and around my kids and around myself. Period. If they got a healthy spirit within themselves, I don't want nothing to do with them. I love them, but I'm going to love them from a distance because I don't want them or their toxic stuff around my family. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's not judging the person. That's judging the spirit within the individual. I had a bad spirit for 20 years. Come on. Who am I to judge anybody? I know this. I know that change is possible. Anybody can do it. Anybody can say, you know what? I'm done with this. It doesn't have to come in a prescription. Do what other people have done for the past 81 years who have found recovery, live recovery, talk recovery, and walk recovery. The people that do what they say that they do. I used to think, oh, them guys don't even know what they're talking about. Yeah, they do. It's there. And I live a life today that I never even thought that I even deserved. I'm blessed. I'm just a big blessed mess today. And for that, I'm grateful and I'm thankful. And if you're struggling, come on in. Come on into the fellowship and the program. Find a group of people who love you until you can love yourself. I thought I hated certain people. Come to find out, when I was in active addiction, I hated everybody equally because I hated myself. I don't have no more hate inside of me, only for the disease, but not for no people. From this addict to tell you, have an amazingly terrific day that's changing itself. I know I'm going to have a good day. I haven't had a bad one. I love you. God bless. Talk to you later.